I'm Sene Naoupu, and this is my world. I'm not going to say that. Am I going to say it?
You gotta say it. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to say that. I felt like real thing you were just saying, oh yeah, I represented things.
Naoupu again. Goes on the outside.
So I represented Ireland in Rugby 7s, 15s and touch to captain Ireland against England in Twickenham. Certainly a career highlight for me, and you know, those are memories that you play for, and I'm really, you know, really grateful for that. So that way there is Wales. We're looking out to the Welshmen. We're in Dublin, Ireland. I'm here with my husband. Mr. Yossi is just taking a selfie. We originally came to Galway in 2009 for 6 months, but we loved it so much that we actually were wanting to stay. Unfortunately, Connacht Rugby wanted George back, and here we are. We're almost 7.5 years in Ireland. I grew up in Oamaru, and hardly any of us are down there. But yeah, so my mum, amazing woman, raised 4 of us on her own. Oh, growing up in Oamaru, to be honest, I loved it. For us growing up, I'm the youngest of 4, and you know, we didn't have a big house, small house, but massive backyard. We just sort of play sport in the backyard, and we had everything that we needed. Geez, my mum was a clever lady, you know, just send us out and play around and come back in and full people and all that. I used to watch my brother play on Saturdays in Centennial Park in Oamaru. Yeah, so I always, you know, wanted to be part of that after having watching how awesome my brother was. He was awesome. He was like Carlos Benson. That's what I know I'm biased, but yeah, that's how I got into rugby.
Good tracking.
I've always been quite, you know, wanting to do well, not just for myself, but for my family. And, you know, certainly they didn't put that pressure on me. I put that pressure on myself. Yeah, after, you know, being involved in sport for ages and then going to uni and working and all that stuff. The doctor, while I was in Otago Uni, diagnosed me with anorexia. And I was like, oh, you know, at that time, certainly that's unheard of, having a Polynesian, you know, Samoan person being diagnosed with that, but yeah, no, it took a while to, I suppose, accept that I had an eating disorder and, you know, a bit of depression at the time, and yeah, it was an interesting journey and one that I'm incredibly grateful for.
You got a taxi driver.
So lucky for Siosi. Galope.
Too humble. What happened?
No, I'm not. God, you're making me say these things. What was your question? Sorry. Oh.
What was it like being voted one of the most influential women in Ireland?
It's just humbling. What I love to do was engage in the community, not just in sports, but in other areas. And, you know, I suppose that's just part of me and who I am and how I grew up, you know, learning to build relationships with people of all walks of life.
Oh, I'm hearing here. You're too humble.
No, what am I going to say? Oh, gosh.
It's okay. What's happened?
Are we doing this here? Yeah, I just became a bit passionate about wanting to contribute overall in the sports world in Ireland, so I then went back to uni last year and, yeah, finished my Masters, so it's been an interesting journey. I just graduated.
What'd you graduate in?
Master of Science. There's a paradigm shift that, you know, I really believe needed to happen, especially as a first-generation born New Zealand, where you're typically, you know, expected to do this and that, and within reason, absolutely, tradition is important. It's important to keep the best parts of tradition, but at the same time, being conscious of the big wide world and being open-minded to expressing yourself in different ways. Certainly in this first couple of steps of my life so far, it's hopefully opened the eyes of my nieces and nephews and my stepson and my family back home, and it certainly feels like that in terms of what they're, you know, realising as to why I'm doing what I'm doing.